Hi, how you doing, guys? Mr. Russo again. This is my third video, and most of my videos in the beginning for one-step equations are mostly dealing with integers, fractions, and mixed numbers. We get to decimals at the end. We're really not going to veer off into other types of numbers. These are the types of numbers that you're mostly going to deal with in middle school or in high school when learning how to solve one-step equations. All right, so I have this problem. This is my first one for this video, and this is a problem that we encountered, an exact problem that we encountered in class recently, and I'm going to solve it the same way. I look at my equal sign, I find my variable that is on the left, and I say, is there a plus or minus in between the variable? No, that means multiplication. So now I know I'm doing a multiplication or division step. So if I were to do a division step, I could start right away by saying, okay, I'm going to divide both sides by 9/10. And then there would be a little bit of rewriting. I would have to rewrite this, and then I would have to rewrite this mixed number as a fraction and then go from there. But what I'm going to try to do is incorporate that pickup method that I showed in my last video. So if I were to just rewrite this whole problem where this is a fraction, because I know I'm going to eventually have to do that anyway. So I'll first rewrite it, then I'll do the pickup method. So 9/10 x equals, now I'm going to rewrite this. 1 times 10 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11, so I get 11/10. The number is negative, so then I put the negative there. Now from here, I can use my pickup method. I know that this is multiplication. I'm going to the fraction that I want to get rid of, which is on the same side of the variable. I pick it up, bring it over. I drop it here, and I have to make sure that I flip or take the reciprocal of that fraction. So it's times 10/9. Now this is gone. And from here, I just do my multiplication. Now this is great that we encounter multiplication of fractions where I have one numerator and one denominator where they're divisible by the same number. They just happen to be both divisible, or both exactly the same numbers. They just cancel each other out. So now from here, I know that 10 divided by 10 is 1, 10 divided by 10 is 1, and I multiply straight across whenever I multiply fractions. So I have x equals negative 11 times 1, which is 11, and then 1 times 9 is 9. So my answer is negative 11/9, or I can rewrite this as a mixed number. 9 goes into 11 one time, so it's negative 1. There's 2 left over. I use my denominator that I had before. So it could be this or that as your answer. I'm going to do one more quick video, quick equation. Negative 1/2 plus x equals negative 3 3/10. Okay, so from here, I go to where my variable is. I notice that there's a plus or minus in between. So the opposite of that is going to be, so now I'm doing an adding and subtracting step. Right, so I acknowledge that. And if I see my number here now, I have to look to the left of my number here now. If it's a negative, then I have to do the opposite, which is addition. So I add 1/2, add 1/2, and then I got a mixed number and a mixed number. There's a couple of different ways that I can add these numbers or subtract these numbers or combine them, but I'm going to do something that you're definitely going to need to know eventually if the numbers are a certain way. All right, these get canceled. I have x equals, I'm going to write from top to bottom, left to right, so negative 3 3/10 plus 1/2. Now I'm going to write them as fractions. 3 times 10 plus 3 is going to be 33/10, and it's a negative. This is 2 plus 1 is 3, so 3/2, and it's a positive. I need my common denominator. So this is going to be x equals all of that, and they both go into 10, so I have to multiply this by 5, and I have to multiply that by 5. And then I'm going to have x equals negative 33/10 plus 15/10. Negative 33 plus 10, when the signs are different, we subtract and take the sign of larger. So I have to go up here and need a little bit more room. And then x equals, I'm going to get negative 15, 16, 17, 18. So negative 18 over 10, and then that fraction can be reduced. So I'm going to get x equals, I divide both of them by 2, so I get negative 9 over 5. And that number can be rewritten, if I wanted to, as a mixed number. So it's negative 1 4/5. So either of these answers is going to be definitely acceptable, you know, when you're getting graded on a test. As long as you get fully reduced, because they'll probably take off points. All right, so that's it for video 2. Again, there's going to be more, probably about another 2 videos, maybe some with some decimals.